यस्तो बन्छ होला यार यसलाई यता राखौँ I think I've started streaming. So this is BitVM2 exploration. म चाहिँ पेपर पढिरहेको हुन्छु. I'll be reading this paper and I'll also be talking about specific points that I encounter or things that might stumble me. And not only I'll be talking about BitVM2, but I'll also be going through some exploration regarding this probabilistic programming models. And that's my goal. I think this is going to last around 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know exact time, but I intend to like skim through this paper and also write down the relevant question, maybe create a Notion document. I know it's a lot, but even if I like complete one part of it, I think it's going to be awesome. So to give you a little bit of context, BitVM2, what it is, and I know you cannot like exactly look what's written here unless I like explicitly show it in the camera. I'm doing this just because I think rubber duck method is the best way to learn something, right? And by streaming this, I am like I'm in obligation to talk about this stuff, and I cannot just be silent. I will like spew out my mental stuff, the things that have been like the things that roams around, right, while reading things. And there might be a little bit more clarity with this approach, and I also want to document this thing. So nothing much, nothing less. I think let's get started. And I also have this thing called Porta Pack. This is very cute thing, right? And if you don't know what Porta Pack is, basically this is an HackRF kit, and a portable HackRF kit where you can do like amazing stuff with software defined radio. And if there's time, then I'll also explore through it like during the break time. So that's my plan. Let me just close it out. I was using this before, so it's still open. I'm exactly not sure how to close this thing. Okay, it's closed now. So we'll be looking to this. Let me just place it right here. So what BitVM2 has done, let's understand that. And to understand that thing, BitVM is basically a paradigm. It's a novel paradigm that enables arbitrary program execution in Bitcoin. Okay, so to give you a little bit of context on BitVM1, it was permission design. By permission design, what I mean is there was a need to have two parties involved, and if you want to challenge, you needed to have explicit two of two signature between them. Only then they could like they could challenge each other. And the whole concept of this BitVM thing is it's basically trying to bring Turing completeness, or it's trying to make Bitcoin more like an Ethereum thing, right? Because Ethereum has smart contracts, and these smart contracts are basically possible, and a lot of applications are possible because EVM machine, or the Ethereum supports special type of what do you say that it's a script, right? Or let's say it's a opcodes, a series of opcodes that you can like run, and that they are Turing complete, which means you can create complex programs or basically simulate a Turing machine. But the problem that we have with Bitcoin is the scripting present in Bitcoin is very primitive. We don't even have stuff like opmal, like it's disabled. If you want to multiply two numbers, you can't do that. The stack limit is very small, right? And the size of a program is very small. So what these guys have done in a BitVM1 is you have to be in optimistic. You have to do something optimistic, right? So by optimistic, I mean you have to think in terms of a challenger and a responder. So everything runs smoothly until someone challenges it. Like that's the whole idea behind it. And um, not only in that prospect, but okay, I'm trying to recollect my thoughts so that I can like make this more understandable. But what I'm trying to say is BitVM1 had a challenge response scenario or a game, and that game was played only when someone challenged it. So we have like taken that part out. And how does that make Bitcoin Turing complete? So you have this thing called TapScript, right? And TapScript, which I think was one of the biggest innovations, I say, because now you could create you could have like snore signature, which means you can aggregate any amount of people or any amount of signatures, and that signature size would be fixed and also concise, and there are a lot of things that you can do with snore signature. Um, so snore signature was introduced and TapScript was introduced. So what they did was within the TapScript, snore signature was also part of it. It's basically BIP 342. I'm not exactly sure, but it's BIP 430. Sorry, 342. So BIP 342. Let me just check it out. Why should I just talk about it? BIP 342. What is it? Okay, AE. BIPM process VIP 341. The title validation. Okay, it's VIP 341. What's the title? What's the title? Taproot. Okay, it's BIP 341. So we have something called Taproot, and within Taproot we have like stuff like snore signature, and we also have TapScript. TapScript is like a big bunch of scripts, right? So this is S1, let's say this is S2, S3, S4. What you do is you create a Merkle tree out of this. You have the script, you hash it out, or let's say you concatenate, you hash it out and concatenate these things, and create this top part, or let's say it's parent node. Similar to this, you do something like this, right? And these are the hashes, and now you concatenate these hashes and again hash it out, and you have something of a parent node. So you commit this parent node, right? You commit this parent node, and there is no way you can create this parent node without having this scripts S1, S2, S3, S4 available to you. And it's your job like to actually take this script and store it securely. But what you are committing is basically this parent node, and this parent node, let's say the parent, yeah, it's parent node is fine. So this parent node, what we have is committed to Bitcoin, which means our script size is very small. And at the same time, what it allowed was this thing, right? S1, S2, S3, S4. These scripts, basically in BitVM1, you have like two things. One is what was the one thing that I'm forgetting, because there was in first part what you had to do was you had to commit No, it was not commit. uh, yeah, commit reveal, something related to that, which I think would be apparent once you go through that. So let me just go through BitVM1 so that I have like a better context regarding this. So it's very small, like it's 8 pages, and let me just this part. So BitVM1, you have this bit value commitment, and that's what I forgot. So first you imagine a VM, right? A ZK VM, and you have this program to yourself. So you have a program, right? And so some program that says, okay, let's say, give for example, um, that the program is checking if who won the election, right? So election win scenario. So it is going to hit the authentic page, or let's say the page or the API service that both parties or all the parties that are concerned with this output, right? Uh, they have like initially agreed upon. So there's this API that they have, and this program, what it does is it requests, like let's say it's a get request, right? A get request to this API that says who is the current, who won the election, right? So this is supposed to be correct, right? And what you would do is this program, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I just gave you a scenario. This program is first like compiled and turned into RISC v 32 arc based assembly. So this is compiled and converted into RISC v architecture based assembly, and this is run on a virtual machine. So a virtual machine would go through this one by one, the scripts, or let's say not exactly scripts, but the opcodes that we have, like let's say it's MOV A comma B or something like this, ADD C, and it's adding to accumulator or something like that. And this is not important, but something like that would happen, and it would actually be run one by one in a it would be run in a what, in a virtual machine. And that virtual machine, while running, would convert with help of it doesn't matter what, but oh no, I'm talking about a new thing, but that's not what happened in BitVM1. So let me just go through this. There was something called bit value commitment, and this is an elementary component of a system. It allowed prover to set the value of a particular bit to be either 0 or 1, and it allowed prover to set the value of variable across different scripts and UTXOs. And similar to Lamport signatures, this commitment contains 2 hashes. Okay, uh, yeah, the premise concept of premise and equivocation, that was the word that I forgot. So Lamport signatures, they are beautiful because why are they beautiful? Lamport signature, let me just grab that obsidian note that I had. Obsidian, this is not one, obsidian, and let me just take it to the part here, and let me search for, what was that name? Lamport signature. So what we do is, if you have this positive integer k and our p to be 0 or 1 to the power of k, which means if k would be 2, our set would be 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So basically we have to choose something between 0 and 1. That's our like number of elements that we can choose upon. And for k is to 2, we create basically 4 combinations out of those two stuff, because 2 to the power 2 is 4. something like that, as far as I remember. And we have some way of hashing it such that we get hash, let's say you hash that 00 to get a unique thing, right? It's a this unique thing shouldn't be able to determine what was my pre-image, right? And for 1 is less than equals to I is less than equals to k, uh, and that z that belongs to 0 or 1, right? I choose, so y comma iz, this is what I'll be choosing. What happened on my mobile, let me just check it out. So between these two, so if our k is 2 and j is always 2, since our k is 2, that we have like figured it out already, k is 2 for us, and j, as we saw, it's 0 and 1, it's either 0 and 1, which also means that our number of elements is 2. We would have 2k, so 4 length private keys, which means if I choose y to be 0 0, this means I choose it's not completely well. So if y10 is chosen, then I first get the first element. This is 0th element, this is the first element. So I get the first element and the first index of this first element, which is 0. If I take 1 1, what happens is I take this first element again, and it's like second index, or let's say first index. This was the 0th index, this was the 1th index. So this is how we get a 4 length private key. Now we chose 0 1 1 0, this is done randomly, right? And our public key is going to be like hash of what? 0 1 1 0. So basically this is what our Lamport signature means. Yeah, I don't think there is anything else to talk about. Yes, there are a lot of things, but this is the basics of Lamport signature. And let me just go through this again. The signer chooses yiz, y randomly, and computes ziz such that, okay, what we are doing is I get it. So I take the hash of 0, I take the hash of 1, I again take the hash of 1, I take the hash of 0, because what I've been getting is I've been getting a single number, and that would be our public key, and our private key would be 0 1 1 0. So only with this 0 1 1 0 would I be able to reproduce that particular public key. Otherwise, how would I generate that public key otherwise? I don't think that I can generate the public key otherwise. Okay, so we have gone through this. Let's go through this again. We have this thing called bit value commitment, and we could set a value to be either 0 or 1, and there is this thing called Lamport signature. And now this will be easier to understand. The commitment contains two hashes, hash 0 and hash 1. So when we create a commitment, we have h0 and h1. Now you commit either pre-image of if you set something as 0, then you reveal the hash 0 part 1 or pre-image 0 part, right? The pre-image of hash 0, like let's say it's A and this is B. So pre-image of hash 0 or the prover sets the value to 1 by revealing preimage of 1 or hash 1. If at some point they reveal the preimage 0 and preimage 1, then the verifier can use the fraud proof. Yeah, the goal was, how could they reveal the fraud proof was, uh, at some point, we had to have both the preimage 0 and preimage 1 to available to us, and then only verifier can use them as a fraud proof, right? And then could take the prover deposit. So um, when you play this challenge response game, the outcome decides who gets to keep the money, because there is something like there are some funds at stake. And equivocation is when you reveal both the preimage 0 and preimage 1. Initially what you do, you set the bit value to 0 or 1 in the tap script, or sorry, tap root, right? And so the example given here is a little bit vague. It's a logic gate commitment. So a NAND gate can like compute, or let's say it can represent any universal logic gate. A boolean function can be composed from them. So NAND gate is very simple, and it contains 2-bit commitments. And there is this third bit commitment, which is the output. Input as 2, and the third one is output. And something like this is happening. You reveal hash of C1 and C0. So you reveal this, and there is this another opcode called OP bit commitment, which I am not sure what happened. Okay, you don't reveal both of them, you reveal one of them, right? And this is bit committed, and this is like placed to alt stack, which you have in Bitcoin. We have like the real stack and alt stack, and you can place something on alt stack. And again you reveal hash b1 or b0, and same thing, like if you think a NAND B, which is a NAND B, what you're trying to do is a NAND B is equals to C or not. So you commit both of them, like 3 of them. You commit the inputs, you commit the output. Now what you do is you read that from the alt stack, which means you would be reading the last thing that you placed. Isn't that so? Yeah, the last thing you placed was B, and you have this A on your stack right now, and you compute A and B, and let's check, which is done with OP equal verify, if this thing was equals to C or not. And if this thing is not happening, then we can say that this is a fraud thing. And this is a binary circuit commitment, and AB, which I think is straightforward. And equivocation tap root is something like this: A0 and A1, B0 and B1, C0. What? Okay, yeah. After you equivocate, you will like place both the pre-images. So this was how BitVM1 worked, and if you want to like read about this, it's present, and you just search it and you'll find it out. And now we will be like taking BitVM2. BitVM was relatively easy. BitVM is not so, because there are a lot of things, and I intend to go through it one by one. I know this has not been the most concise thing, or the most what do you say, a good thing to watch, but this is just for documentation purpose, so I don't think it matters anyways. Let me just insert this So let's go through the introduction part. Bitcoin, similar to other layer 1 blockchains. I think this is not how you should be doing. Doesn't matter. Layer 1 blockchain faces significant scalability challenges, driving the need for layer 2 solutions to enhance network performance. And in Bitcoin case, L2s can also serve to extend scripting functionality to match the one in the expressive blockchains like Ethereum. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. L2s can serve to extend scripting functionality, while the other L1s have successfully integrated L2s, most notably Ethereum. Bitcoin implementation is hindered by the limitations of its scripting language. So, any BitVM paper you like pick up, this is the main goal. We are trying to implement scripting functionalities, extended scripting functionalities on Bitcoin, using Bitcoin as a foundation, and which is not possible because we have limited scripting capabilities, and the amount of the kinds of programs, the kind of transactions that Bitcoin, or let's say something that uses Bitcoin as a foundation support, or like considers, is very high. Let's say it's a lot to take. You can have a lot of Ethereum kind of programs, right, in the Bitcoin itself, and you don't even have to like change the Bitcoin general how Bitcoin works, or let's say you don't need a hard fork for that. We can express any program in Bitcoin script, contrary to common misconception in the community. These programs quickly exceeds the Bitcoin block size and stack limits due to inefficiencies stemming from the very limited set of natively available operations. Yeah, we have a very natively available operations. Bridges that facilitates the transfer of Bitcoin from BTC from Bitcoin to other blockchains as wrapped assets are an essential component of L2 architecture. These bridges are necessary for managing deposits and withdrawals from and to underlying L1. At the core of every bridge is the critical issue of custody, that is, how Bitcoin is securely stored while its wrapped counterpart is utilized on other blockchains. So, what it's trying to say, Bitcoin to other blockchains, so there are bridges which allow you to transfer your BTC, which is basically locking that, and minting the funds to another, like let's say it might be a roll up, it might be another chain, we don't know and we don't care. But what it's trying to say is blockchain, the wrapped asset, whatever you have, like let's say it's an XBTC, or let's say CLBTC, this is wrapped, right? And this is backed up by the Bitcoin itself. And this business is managing deposits and withdrawal, the core of critical issues of custody. How Bitcoin is secure stored. Yeah, custody is a very big one. So while its wrapped counterpart is utilized. So this wrapped counterpart, because you have like securely stored it and you have guaranteed that it's securely stored, now you can use this wrapped minted stuff, right, or minted coins, that might be one-to-one with Bitcoin itself, right, freely. And it doesn't matter, maybe you are like supporting Ethereum based execution layer, right, or it's working on something like a Solana based stuff, and it doesn't even really matter like what's your execution layer. Solana might be a very bad example though. So currently almost all Bitcoin bridges rely on multi or threshold signature schemes. Yes, we're a group of T of N signers. So this is also true. T of N signers are interested with safekeeping BTC. Although some bridges employ economic security through collateralization. Okay. Economic security through collateralization. What does this mean? Economic through collateralization. So I need to look through this. And these design face scalability challenges due to high capital requirements and have achieved limited adoption in practice. So it's true. And this paper brings two fundamentals contribution: the design of BitVM2 and BitVM bridge. So it's talking about TrueBit and Arbitrum. These two stuff, TrueBit and Arbitrum. So I think I need something for my backlog, let's say stuff to explore. I think I need to look at TrueBit. Anything underlined should be looked upon when I see. That's how I should do. Arbitrum, optimistic competition, where computing party operator is assumed to be honest until proven guilty, and so-called fraud proofs. So this is done for. In BitVM2, a set of operators commit on chain on correctly executing a snark. So what is snark? It's an analogy. I think it talks down the line what snark is, but something related to succinct, what was snark? It was succinct, non-verifiable. No. It had to do something with back and forth. What was the word? And this is argument of knowledge. Succinct. What was the full form of snark? I forgot. Snark. ZK भन्नु खोजिन होला. Okay. Zero knowledge. Succinct, non-interactive. Yes, exactly. It has to do with back and forth. So this is non-interactive argument of knowledge. Argument of what? What is G? Whatever it is. For an arbitrary program such that any observing party or challenger can disprove a faulty computation within a predefined challenge period. We implement a Groth16 snark verifier program in Bitcoin script. Okay, this is I know about. Snark verifier program in Bitcoin script and split into sequential subprograms, each of which is small enough to be executed in a Bitcoin block. Okay. An operator challenged by challenger must reveal on chain the intermediary results of these subprograms. Okay. A challenger who challenges the operator must reveal on chain the intermediary. Yeah. Otherwise, how would you get to the end? So you have different blocks of intermediate programs, and the output of that sub block A should be input of sub block B, and so on. So this also makes sense. So what it's saying is alongside the input and output state of a snark verifier by design, if the operator is trying to cheat, so this is one. So if operator is trying to cheat, one of the published intermediary states will be incorrect. If someone tries to cheat, the intermediary states will be incorrect, different from that of the subprogram the operator committed to. To disprove a faulty operator claim, a challenger must simply execute the respective subprograms on chain. Sure. By design, if the operator is trying to cheat, one of the published intermediary states will be incorrect. Yeah, for sure. You see, this has to be true. Otherwise, and this also remains to be true. Intermediate states, one of them has to be incorrect. Otherwise, why would someone try to cheat? And to disprove a faulty operator chain claim, a challenger must execute the respective subprograms on chain, which means you have to execute on chain. So you have to execute it on chain. in a Bitcoin transaction, showing a mismatch between computation and the operator claim. Following these design principles, BitVM2 ensures that anyone can challenge. Anyone can challenge. So this is the part of permissionless thing. And disprove. You can come in, you can pitch in and just say, bitch, please, you are doing this thing wrong. Maybe something like that, or I'm not sure. The disprove of faulty operator within 3 on-chain transaction. So this is also a khatra claim. 3 on-chain transaction. Mix environments and similar designs and challenge. Okay. In terms of computation and communication complexity, security, only a fixed set of operators can perform challenges, right? BitVM2 supports, for a first time, permissionless challenging. Any user in the Bitcoin full node can challenge faulty operators. Furthermore, the original BitVM design required up to 70 on-chain transactions. Exactly. Up to, like, they had something called bisection, right? And I'm not sure if that bisection thing even worked, because I used to ask a lot of questions regarding bisections, and I still haven't figured it out how bisections really work. Like, how do you bisect, or like get to the point where like between all of this committed thing, right? How do you pinpoint the exact incorrect thing, or how do you like converse over it? This was something I had to like, I think it's still a thing to think about. Okay, so other than that, let's look at this thing. BitVM2 requires only 3 on-chain transactions that can be executed within, okay, 1-2 weeks. So original BitVM 6 months maybe, now 1 to 2 weeks, achieving similar practical properties as Ethereum L2s. Okay, we showcase the groundbreaking design opportunities enabled by BitVM2, representing BitVM novel protocol to system. It's going to improve over existing Bitcoin bridge designs, reducing trust assumptions from an honest majority of signers to existential honesty, while necessitating only one active rational operator. Okay, only one rational operator. What is it talking about? I don't know what it's talking about, but why is this thing hitting me? But oh my life. Sudah hanas ne bhai. Oi, Ragam. Ragam? What?
And where are you guys off to today?
So now we have this thing that is talking about 3 on-chain transaction that can be executed within 1-2 weeks. Reducing trust assumptions from an honest majority of signers. Yeah, this is also an active rational operator. Okay. Honest majority of signers, what? You only require one. You only require one active rational operator. So is this talking about the withdrawal part, or is it talking about the bridging in part too? Like that's also a question. Withdrawal or bridging? So we first present an informal model, protocol goals and protocol overview in section 2. We then introduce the okay. We outline a bridge protocol based on BitVM2 termed BitVM bridge in section C. In the sketch our plan for security analysis and limitations. Okay, so section 2 ma. Okay. Background, notation and building blocks. What is important to me? Is the model and protocol overview important? What is important? What is important? The security properties of BitVM2 may be independent of interest and will be discussed and proven in the security analysis of steps in the security page. Okay. BitVM2 based no. So let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Assumption ma ke cha? A blockchain or a distributed ledger protocol takes an as input transaction provided by users. Okay. You have input transaction provided by users, and outputs an immutable transaction order that eventually includes all the provided transaction. Yeah, we assume Bitcoin and the site system maintain robust public transaction ledgers that have persistence and liveness as defined in 4. So what's 4? Whatever it is, we note as delta L the liveness parameter. So delta L is a liveness parameter. You have to be fancy and use some Greek symbols, otherwise how could anyone take you seriously? The upper bound for how long it takes an honest actor to include a transaction in underlying blockchain. We assume that the site system leverages Bitcoin for its consensus. For example, is a so-called rollup that uses data commitments posted on Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, for consensus of the transaction order paired with some form of state transaction verification. Okay, with some form of there's a state transaction verification thing going on, I know. Yeah, this is exactly what we are doing. Wow. How can the single line, I don't know, what do you do? I'll show this. That's why I'm going to highlight this. Such a beautiful thing. And we assume a synchronous network all messages broadcast network will deliver to all parties in the time bound. We make this user cryptographic assumptions. The participants are computationally bounded and cryptographically secure communication channels. And cryptographically secure communication channels has functions, signatures and encryption schemes also exist. Okay, cryptographically secure communication channel has functions, and there's nothing to think about it. Will be delivered to parties non-time bound. Yes, this has to be done. We make all the usual cryptographic assumptions. What are the usual cryptographic assumptions? Participants are computationally bounded, right? And there is a secure communication channel. There are hash functions, signatures, and some encryption schemes. Okay, what are some encryption schemes? I need to like have a quick refresher. ECDSA, RSA. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? And we have things like signatures too. What did Bitcoin use? It uses Snore, and before that also Bitcoin. Which signature Bitcoin uses? I forgot that too. So ECDSA, what do you think about, bro? ECDSA signature scheme uses ECDSA signature scheme. Elliptic curve signature algorithm. Hash functions, signatures and inscription. Why? We abuse the notion of blockchain to also transaction lasers. Okay, this is done. So what are the system models and goals? System models and goals. In our setting, a bridge protocol pertains to main operations: the peg-in, where the user deposits fund to Bitcoin, wrapped BTC, the peg out, where the other user, okay, bridge in and bridge out, peg in and peg out. Operators, the operators are responsible for executing a pre-agreed program. In the case of our bridge, the peg out process, the operators are assumed to be rational. They are profit maximizing agents. Okay. And challenges. These challenges ensure the safety of peg out process. Safety of peg out process by challenging an operator in case of misbehavior. Anyone can act as a challenger, including the operators. We assume that challenges are rational. We assume that challenges are rational. A committee of n signers that are responsible for a correct setup of BitVM2 instance. We have operators, we have challengers, and we have signers. Why do you require n signers again? They're responsible for correct setup of BitVM2 instance. Okay, for the setup of BitVM pre-agreed program F. One of the n signers is assumed to be honest. As explained, this assumption is not necessary if the underlying blockchain supports governance. Okay. Governance. The assumption is not necessary. We assume all participants are computationally bounded. The cryptographic primitives are secure. We first show that the setup of the bridge is given the signer committee with an existential honesty. The bridge is secure when all the challenges are rational and at least one active operator is rational. All the challengers are rational. One operator is also rational. Under this assumption, कफी लिएर आइज नि त जा चिसो बनाएर है दामी कस्तो त्यो छ नि त्यो फ्रथ गर्ने ग्यार्र पार्ने मेसिन त्यसले गर्न ल त्यो घोट्नु घोट तेरो भोलि बिहानै के गर्नुपर्ने छ सुतिहाल्ने हो भने चाहिँ नखा नभए मलाई दे We underscore here that while operators are predefined, anyone can act as a challenger, permissionless, and any parties wishing to exit the site system can act as a challenger to ensure safety. We show that the setup of the bridge under this assumption, the bridge is secure while when all the challengers are rational and at least one active operator is rational. Setup of the bridge is secure given a signer committee with existential honesty. Okay, so what it says is 1 of n. Assumption. One of the n signers, and this is yet to think about, for sure that the setup of the bridge is secure, given that the signer committee with the existential honesty, when all the challengers are rational and at least one active operator is rational. Okay, challengers, when all challengers are rational. When all challengers, what does this mean? When all challengers, why are there all challengers? Anyone can be challenger, right? And one active operator is rational answer. whether the while operator predefined entities permissioned operators are permissioned challenger part is permissionless, and any party wishing to exit the site system can act as a challenger to ensure safety. What is a site system? Fairy. What is a site system? कहाँ लेखेको छ site system भनेर? And users holding Bitcoins in the site system can burn them and then उसमा दिएन त्यो स्टिलको गिलासमा दिएन धेरै पर्दैन त स्टिलको गिलासमा ल्याए चिसो बना नि फेरि दुध नहाल्नु कफी चाहिँ धेरै हाल होइन दुध चाहिँ नहाल चिनी नहाल अलिअलि हाल्दा हुन्छ चिनी अलिअलि हाल्दा चाहिँ हुन्छ ल ब्रिज प्रोटोकल encompasses both. What is a site system? So BitVM2 protocol overview भनेको छ हैन 2.3 मा जाम. What is this? Enable arbitrary computations. We don't care what the computation is, and that is optimistically done. The computing party is assumed to be honest unless proven guilty. So called fraud proof. Contains what? Fraud proof contains what does fraud proof contain? Fraud proof contains something that proves operator guilty. What do you think about? The design choice stems from the limited storage and computational capabilities. Yeah, I think I need to ask someone. What is storage and computational capabilities of what? Of what? FOAME, SegWit. And त्यहाँबाट size of transaction to several kilobytes, 400 kilobytes I think, and OP return राखेर 80 bytes of data सम्म जान्छ. What's a stack limit? Stack limit, bro. Stack limit and alt stack. Give me stack limit too. Stack limit. What is a beautiful word? A beautiful word is something that can encompass a lot of information within itself. And stack is such a beautiful word. Thousand elements on a stack at a time. Element size, okay, 420 bytes. The element, a single element, right? So maximum script size, it can be up what? 400. No, it's not talking about taproot neither. So 10 kilobytes, 400 kilobytes, how it comes? 440 libs. The maximum size of single push is 520 bytes. Maximum push size is 520 bytes. बचाऊ मलाई भन्दै अब I think I need to look into what? This. Just place it something like this. Now we start by compressing, okay? Snarks. First, you compress the program using snarks. We do not verify the program execution itself, but the correct execution of a snark verifier. Verifying a proof for the program execution. I'm going to snark verifying Bitcoin script. Which I think this optimal thing can help. And 3 GB. 3 GB of growth 16. We split the verifier into subprogram chunks, each at most 4 MB in size. These chunks can be executed in a Bitcoin transaction. Thereby, the subprograms are sequential. Program to text. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Toin khais? म तँलाई होइन सुतेछु भने नि यहाँ केही एउटा केही यहाँ बोर्डमा केही लेखिदिएको हुन्छु होइन उठा भनेर लेखेको रहेछ भने उठाइदिए नभए नउठाए त उठ्ने बेलामा मैले त्यो टाइममा उठा भनेर लेखेको छु भने होइन त्यो टाइममा आएर उठाइदिए पनि ल ल ल sequential सुतन त्यहाँबाट the output of program 1 and so on. We split the verifier into subprogram chunks for MB in size. Executed. Okay, the operator commits to executing the program. So by commit, what does it mean? 3 GB chunk. Execute programs, commits, okay. Taproot trees ensures the operator can only withdraw funds in a way that can be challenged. Okay. This part is still not understandable. What does committing mean? Yo kesma, what does committing really mean? Committing mean, so we don't know what committing means, right? When the operator wants to withdraw funds from BitVM2, take out the BTC as part of a paying out process of a bridge, they must post the output of snark verifier on chain. When the operator wants to withdraw funds from BitVM2, they must post the output of snark verifier. So they must post the output of the snark verifier. What does this mean? Okay, yeah, this makes sense. They must post the output of the snark verifier. Whatever the snark verifier output was, you must post it. But why you must post? But why? Anyone can check anyone can check this data against their local execution of the snark verifier given the publicly known inputs. Lana ani. The operator must reveal all intermediary outputs of the subprograms in an on-chain transaction. The operator must reveal all intermediary outputs. Uh-huh. Okay, until unchallenged. Until unchallenged. You just post the output, final output. Final output, you know. But once you're challenged, and how does challenging happen? Because you just posted the final output. You have the final output, and as a verifier, because you have this publicly known inputs, you have publicly known inputs. So you have publicly known inputs, and you have this um, final output. You can just compute it by yourself, right? You don't need to compute it on Bitcoin. And once you do that, you can like know if this was correct thing or not. And by operator, when operator posts the final output of the this BitVM, sorry, snark verifier output, right? Final output. He's actually committing all the intermediate things too, because if those intermediate inputs and outputs don't match, you can't get to the final output. So once you are challenged, right? Anyone can challenge. Like, I might get a different thing. It might be error from my side, but now operator has to post all the intermediary outputs of the subprograms, and anyone can find the incorrect intermediary result and prove that the operator cheated by executing the corresponding subprogram chunks on chain. Okay, now you post all the intermediary outputs. You post all the intermediary outputs, and I think this needs to be highlighted. On-chain. BitVM2 collateral. BitVM2 allows anyone to challenge and slash a faulty operator with 3 on-chain transactions. So what it is doing: deposit, request, payout, right? Okay. Info program F1, F2, Fk with intermediate results. Z0, Z0 to ZK. Fx to Y. This is our snark program, verified program, and the functions, they're split into F1, F2, Fk, and the intermediate result Z0, Z0, okay, ZK. This F1, F2, this has to be posted, and this has to be run on chain. By posted, you have to post 3 GB worth of data, which is like $1 million or something. I think it's more than $1 million. I don't know how much, but 3 GB. And you also require 4 MB chunks. So 4 MB chunks, and we have 3 GB. So 3 GB, which is like 3000 megabytes. 4 8 4 so 28, so 7 50. You have the 750 stuff, and if you have like 10 sats, or let's say 20, let's give 10 sats per vbyte, 10 sats per vbyte, then how many bytes you have? I forgot the exact computation, but it was something 1 by 2 or something. Forgot that ratio part, but let's say it's 3 GB and 3000 MB stuff, which is like in 2000, which gives me kilobyte. It's not 1024, it's 1000 for me right now. So this give me byte, and if you just do 10, I think that's a lot of big number, 3000, which is also a humongous, like it's like 300,000 already. Okay, I'm missing something here. It's a lot of money, I think I should look into byte calculation again. So now notation, we have this thing called digital signatures. Yeah, byte calc vanera. I will just highlight it such that when I look tomorrow, I have an exact idea on what to look. We have something called digital signatures too. This is background. Scheme is a tuple of 3 algorithms: key generation, signing, and verify. Keygen lambda is a probabilistic polynomial time PPT. Here's the sandpig computer. This is a P computer. Whatever. That takes a security parameter lambda as an input and returns a key pair consisting of a secret key and a public key PK. Kitchen lambda. Okay, and what we have this sign is a PPT algorithm. What is this? A signature. Oh, a sign. You sign something, right? Is a PPT algorithm. Again, a polynomial time algorithm that takes input as a secret key, message, and a signature. Okay, this is lambda. This is delta. This is sigma. That's why signature, bro. See, first key generate, which gives me PK and SK, and once you have that, you get then you use an SK and a message, right, and outputs an authentication tag, which is sigma. You get sigma, and now verify. Use PK. This is very easy thing, I know. This is like something even a high schooler should know. Digital signatures, how it should work. I thought it was something different. Key generate हुन्छ, sign हुन्छ, verify हुन्छ. What else you want? Sign ko lagi you need a private key, which is secret key, and verification you either get true or false. But it's a good description, it's a very good description. We make use of something that is okay. EUF. What is it talking about? EUF. Okay, that takes an input true if and only if sigma is valid signature for M, generated by the secret key SK corresponding to PK. So I think I need to look at PPT too. What polynomial DPT and PPT? Because I don't understand those things properly. And what it's talking about is a valid signature for M generated by the secret key SK corresponding to PK. PK is a key pair generated by keygen. What is EUFCMS secure? Lots and lots, bro. Lots and lots. How much? Surat it's 28 page, man. A lot of things. References. So I get to snarks now. Succinct, non-interactive arguments. We closely follow 5 and 7. So given that R goes to R lambda, and it's a relation generator that takes a security parameter lambda. Okay, security parameter like what we used in keychain, something CSP or NGC stuff. I don't know what it is, but you get a lambda and returns a polynomial time decidable binary relation R. Decidable binary relation R. Now this is new. A decidable binary relation R. We denote. What is this? Theta? No, it's not theta, bro. This is omega. Sigma boy, I'll let that one. This Greek letter, what is this Greek letter? Like Greek letter charts. Fucking forgot, bro. Delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, kappa, mu. This is a little bit different, you know. Phi, come on, bro. Phi. You used phi यति धेरै, used rho यति धेरै, and you forget these simple things. That's despicable. So phi and omega. We denote phi as a statement and omega as a witness for the pairs. That takes a secret parameters lambda and a polynomial time decidable binary relation. We define an efficient public verifiable non-interactive argument for R as a tuple of 3 PPT algorithms. Set up, prove and verify. Set up, prove and verify. Why do you want to set up, prove and verify? Okay, prove and verify. No, these are the part of algorithm, bro. Set up गर्ने, prove गर्ने, verify. You want a binary relation R at the end, होइन? And then you have a statement that's phi and omega as a witness for the pairs. So what was the witness thing called? There was this some ceremony for that, ceremonial witness stuff that used to roots of tau something. What was that? Tau something? No. Roots of tau. No. What was that thing called? Tau. Powers of tau. What are you talking about, bro? Powers of tau, okay? Trusted setup ceremony. hours of tau is a ceremony that is to generate the initial configurable parameters for zk snark. Zk snark. The ceremony is used to ensure, I think this is something like this. Ensure the security. If this is behind the paywall, I'm not reading this. Okay. The ceremony is used to ensure the security of initial parameters by using multi-party communication MPC, which means this is not interactive. This is interactive now. Okay, generate them. The having multiple participants contribute randomness to the generation of the parameter. It becomes much more difficult for any individual machine or group to tamper with them or compromise the security of the system. Okay. No information through the statement being proved. The fact that the proof is much shorter than the computation it attests to what it is attesting to. And making transmit verify when the term non-interactive refers to 3 GB of Bitcoin script is very efficient, right? Because it's succinct. Finally, the term non-interactive refers to the fact that the proof can be generated and verified without interaction between the prover and the verifier beyond the initial exchange of information. Got it? Don't get it, bro. Vibration is bad. And zk snarks are widely used in various applications. Yep. Done it. Let me just check GitHub first. But I think I shouldn't be checking it right now. I need to do this first. कहाँ थी हो फूल की ओए होए 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 कहाँ थी हो फूल की फूल दूंगे रानी. Okay, just 26 some things. Not initialized. This shouldn't be possible. There's a rest condition. I'm going to begin it. Track account wrapped in a struct so we could add new config options. I meant to have the retry count wrapped. And what you wrap it in a struct, retry count should be wrapped. It's meant to have the retry count. Why? Struct. What does this mean? Have retry count wrapped. There is retry count. That should be wrapped. How? Optimistic database and we could add new config options easily. Okay, I get it now. Got it. Perhaps. But out of this, I think I can do it right now. But should I do it or should I? 83, man, 83 comments. This is a new high, bro. This is awesome. There is this scaffolding for breach core implementation. There is a reusable transaction config. Okay, configurable. Come on, bro, come on, you have a thinking head. Think about this. And this is also fine. I think I'm gonna do this right now. It's very small change. I want this merged. Status git check out. What was that feature? No, it was feature. And what was the name? It was something related to rename, which means feature config db retry count. Okay, come on bro, config db retry count, git stash, and what, just exit it now, and where is that control, optimistic db, optimistic db. Let's go right here and struct first map. I think I should do something like this. Control V C and find. So wherever optimistic db is present, you just replace it with db ops config, and for all the roast files this should do. And maybe I just should queue all this thing and again open it up, which would mean no, just check first optimistic db or not. There is optimistic transaction, but I think db ops config is not present everywhere. So db ops config is present. We just need to do now db ops config is present for us. Let's head to its implementation. For some reason I can't explain, it's not getting there. Maybe this Rust analyzer is sequencer, reth, and test. It went. It was in boxdb store. We want this to be out. And let's go to main one, right? Let's head to the error part. Where was it? This sequential main, and I think I should exit this. And let's L2 db, we'll search for that. We got that. And db ops. You know, we need the arc of this thing. And what else change needs to be done? Arc new for this thing, which is done. And I don't think I need this. Why should I put this behind an arc? This should relatively be copyable, right? This should be copyable, bro. Just head there and just derive clone. I think copy can be done here. Clone and debug. But once I introduce something like a string, then it might introduce some errors. So how good for a struct to derive a copy trait? Yeah, I think for this copy is ideal. You don't need to have think. You don't even to think how things are handled. So dbops config. This is done, and I'm gonna sign. I think 15 minutes, and I think in 15 minutes I will be done. dbops config is done. So what I actually need to do is this clone, which means I just get this as dbops dot clone dbops, and also I need something like rbdb dot clone right here. So let's go there. This should be ops. What should be here? Operation should be there, and who cares? It's gonna be open source anyways. Open source anyways. Just no. What is it asking for? It's asking for optimistic db2. So db optimistic transaction, just place it optimistic transaction db, and now you have db and ops. Just ops it out, and I do this ops paste, but db should be optimistic transaction db, something like this. I'm gonna head one by one, right? What the hell is this? One by one and do this stuff and change it out. Let's head to change state 11j vip, yank it out again, and I think why is it? I think let's go to client state 12j vip, and let's go to L2, do that thing again. Let's go to sequencer, okay, I just messed up. I copy it and paste whatever is present. Yeah, okay, this is really straightforward. Sync event again, get here, we do that, paste it out, and what else? I think I'm done. Change state, yes, done. So let's get to change state and figure out how to do it for what I'm done. No, okay. Let's go to change state, right? Debian ops. State again, to close it out, paste it out, db and ops. What is this? Something like this. And again, let's go to L1, which is already done for. Let's go to paste it out, ops it out again, paste last thing, ops, and let's just import it out, import it out, import it out, import it out. No, why is it showing something like that? Now I think I again need to do this thing, find, and now I need to work on self.db.db, self.db, g out, q all this thing, self.db.db, there's no self.db, let's go there. And let's go to rocksdb store src chain_state_db. Come on, brah. Cargo check. This shouldn't fail. But Rust Analyzer is a bitch. Rust Analyzer is building proc macros for me. And I am not using proc macros right now. This is for RISC-0 adapter. And we are not even using RISC-0. We are using SP1. No, that's wrong. We're using RISC-0 too. I think these SP1 guys, they happen to be friends with the company I'm working on. But let's be real, right? RISC-0 has a better product, and I think they have a better team too. SP1, yes, they show some potential. They have like the young minds, but I would bet on RISC-0. They have a lot of good videos, like learned a lot from them, especially on this cryptography aspect. Thanks RISC-0, and thanks SP1 too. I think they are building a solid products, and having competition actually works out for both of them. But recently I think SP1 has had some of this humongous claims, and these claims were so humongous, and they were so unbelievable, let's say, all looking that we had to run our own benchmarks. So it's new. I don't know if it's new for us. We had to do that anyways, but RISC-0 for the win, bro. RISC-0 for the win. And for the first time, I can hear the laptop fans spinning. Now we got some. We like to party. So let's go to test utils. Test utils. No utils.rs. Little ff. Test utils.rs. This is the one I'm looking for. What you got to do is, instead of handling over an arc optimistic transaction db, you actually pass in the tuple and db ops config. which would mean that I would just okay it out and remove that, remove this too, and have something like dbops and tv and dbops, but it's not db, right? rbdb. What is talking about? So I have to create an arc new of this thing. I have to wrap it in arc. And now what is it complaining about? Call into, I think this is so rbdb clone. No, we have rbdb and dbops. Just take it out, search for clone. Just gonna clone anyways. I'm gonna also add dbops just behind. db boss, come on bro, db s db boss db ops, the last one I forgot, so I'm gonna handwrite this. Nila Akasa. Come on. What else? I don't have a lot of time. Clear cargo check. Now I have 12 errors. Let's just look into error number. What? I think I imported this. Nilakasa. This is done. Yes, client state. Client state L2. Okay, this has not been done, right? I have to check one by one. Self.ops db.retry count ops. Come on, bro. चाहे तुम कुछ ना कहो मैंने सुन लिया मैंने चुन लिया dun 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 dun. Git sunuyor mu da? I don't care. Where is it? Firefox. पहला नशा बना देना.
चाहे तुम कुछ ना कहो, मैंने सुन लिया के साथी प्यार का मुझे चुन लिया, चुन लिया, मैंने सुन लिया।
पहला नशा, पहला खुमार, नया प्यार है, नया इंतजार, कर लूं मैं क्या अपना हाल, ऐ दिले बेकरार, मेरे दिले बेकरार, तू ही बता। पहला नशा, पहला खुमार,
I should have proven microphones, right?
उड़ता ही फिरूं इन हवाओं में कहीं, या मैं झूल जाऊं इन घटाओं में कहीं। उड़ता ही फिरूं इन हवाओं में कहीं, या मैं झूल जाऊं इन घटाओं में कहीं। एक कर दूं आसमां और ज़मीन, कहो यारो क्या करूं क्या नहीं। पहला नशा, पहला खुमार, नया प्यार है, नया इंतजार, कर लूं मैं क्या अपना हाल, ऐ दिले बेकरार, मेरे दिले बेकरार, तू ही बता। पहला नशा, पहला खुमार,
उसने बात की कुछ ऐसे ढंग से, सपने दे गया वो हजारों रंग के। उसने बात की कुछ ऐसे ढंग से, सपने दे गया वो हजारों रंग के। रह जाऊं जैसे मैं हार के, और चूमे वो मुझे प्यार से। पहला नशा, पहला खुमार, नया प्यार है, नया इंतजार, कर लूं मैं क्या अपना हाल, ऐ दिले बेकरार, मेरे दिले बेकरार।
Pal, 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 pal. Now I've been crushing some errors.
पल 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 हर पल कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल
मची है हलचल हलचल हलचल। कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल।
पल 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 हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल। हा 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 ला 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 ला।
ओ हम सफर लगता है डर, रात कटे ना कभी हो सहर।
इस पल में सिमटे उम्र,
रात कटे ना कभी हो सहर।
तू जो है साथ मेरे तो डगर लगे कि जैसे खूबसूरत घर। तू जो है साथ मेरे तो डगर लगे कि जैसे खूबसूरत घर।
तू जो है साथ तो ये अंबर लगे कि जैसे साया हो सर पर। तेरे कांधे पर रख कर सर यूं ही कट जाए सारी उम्र।
पल 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 हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल। हा 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 ला 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 ला।
कल क्या हो किसको खबर, लगता है डर लगता है डर।
इस पल में सिमटे उम्र, रात
कटे ना कभी हो सहर।
What is optimistic transaction DB? Isn't DB that?
अच्छा बताओ, दिल की इतनी सारी बातें कैसे लिखोगे इस छोटे खत पर। दिल की इतनी सारी बातें कैसे लिखोगे इस छोटे खत पर।
दिल पर टूटा है ये कैसा कहर, तुमको पाकर खोने का है डर।
प्यार का ये ढाई आखर कैसे लिखोगे इस छोटे खत पर।
पल 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 हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल। पल 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 हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल। दिल 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 में मची है हलचल हलचल हलचल। कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल, कैसे कटेगा पल हर पल हर पल। ला 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 ला
Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and heal me, oh heal me. Thinking about the love we're making and a life we're sharing. Come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and feel me. Come on, heal me.
जो भी मेरा मेरा तेरा
much time to compile, man.
नहर नदियाँ सी तेरी दुनिया में मेरी दुनिया है तेरी चाहतों में
तू साथ है हो दिन रात है
अगर तुम साथ हो
तू साथ है हो दिन रात है साया साया माही में मेरी हर बात में साथ तू है माही में मेरे सारे हालात तू
Not good song. Not good song. Good. Gate rocks DB temporary. I have this thing. Any errors? No. Where are the other errors? Sequencer. I think right here. Where are all the errors? I don't know. Cargo test all. Don't give me that slow stuff. Where? Again, DB. Sequencer DBRS. Yeah, got that prop. DB ups, yes. So writer utils DB ups. Let us cargo check. This should work. Cargo test all. I think it took a little bit more time than I thought initially, but this should work. The tests are passing. The block assemblies. What is that red? Why is there red? Ignored. Okay, already. Come on, bro. Tests are passing. There is a single test that takes more than 60 seconds, so I think at that meantime I want to look at what I also want to look at this Julia thing, right? probabilistic programming. And what I will do is Jose Storopoli. I would search for that SS, and I'm gonna look at my Bayesian statistics. So this could be Bayesian to everyone. Okay, there is this latest release which is downloaded. I'm also going to look through this. I don't know how much time I've got there. So for Bayesian statistics, I need what? A new paper. And let's do something. I'm gonna write it in. I'm going to write it just here. So Bayesian statistics, and I'm going to use a fancy pen. So Bayesian stats. All things are blue. Feel free to click on them. Why am I clicking on them? Nice. Come on, in Turing paper by paper. Why Julia? A man and his tool make a man and his trade. We shape our tools and then our tools shape us. Exactly. There are 4 competing standards. Now there are 15 competing standards. Ridiculous. We need to develop one universal. This is exactly what happened with Web GPU. I think so. Stan, Turing. What's Turing? Turing's a little. Okay. High performance. Good example. Lower vector. So what are things that doesn't make sense here? What does real mean? Is it a real number? And what does model mean? Is it normal, Cauchy, normal? Ecosystem for Julia packages Bayesian using probabilistic programming. So ecosystem of Julia packages for Bayesian interference. Let me just push it out. I think Cargo FMT all should do the trick, and Tableau FMT should also do the trick. Make PR. What should be done in that case? I don't know. So Turing is an ecosystem of Julia packages for Bayesian interference, dynamic typed, that JIT compiles into a native code, runs like C but reads like Python. Non-focus. This non-focus thing. What is non-focus? What is non-focus? Give me the reason why non-focus is so beautiful. Okay, it's a non-profit organization that supports open source scientific computing projects, and it was founded in 2012 and is dedicated to promoting sustainable practices, maintaining and improving open source tools that are widely used in data science, NumPy, Pandas. Okay, non-focus is beautiful. Julia is the first dynamic type language that just in time JIT organization during it organized during lang, but I'll focus in 600. Come on, bro. I'll only focus on 6 of those main packages that isn't fair. Background everything. MC chains, dynamic PBL, advanced HMC, Monte Carlo, Hamiltonian Monte Carlo simulations, PPL, probabilistic programming languages. No, yes. Bijectors, injectors, bijectors, constrained random simplexes. Simplex function was something related to operations research. Simplex won the Nobel Prize, I think. Simplex was so simple. Anita, dynamic PPL, domain specific language for Turing. MC chain. It's a beautiful name, eh? MC chain. I want to search what is MC chain. MC chain. No. What is MC chain in probabilistic programming, I think. यसले त सर्च गरेर सक्ने रहेछ त हौ. Okay, I'm running some tests now. This is a good thing. So distributed AD. So Turing ma चाहिँ something like a decorator. @ function. There is this linear register, alpha normal, beta also normal, and there are stuff related to truncated, and there is this thing called Cauchy. Okay, this is talking about normalizing things. Normal of 0 and 20. What is normal in terms of 3D? The normal is something that's coming out 90 degrees. In terms of coordinate geometry, yes, same thing. You have normal of a tangent. In terms of statistic, what is normal? Nothing is normal in statistics. You normalize a thing, so whatever you have presented, right, you normalize it into 0 to 20. So you provide what? Start and end number and maximum and minimum number, and you normalize that. Okay. Normal truncate Cauchy. What is Cauchy? I think I can just Google it or ChatGPT it. It's very hard to copy. What is this doing? Markov chain. Markov chain. Why is this Markov thing in statistics again? This was related to organic chemistry, right? Markov chain. Markov chain, Monte Carlo chain refers to the method used for sampling from. Come on, man! Great people. MC algorithms samples from complex distribution by constructing a Markov chain that has the desired distribution as its equilibrium distribution. Random samples where each state depends on previous one. This is like BitVM thing, I know. Memoryless, Monte Carlo sampling, mean variance. Okay. and this is also on the works. Let's go to Firefox then. IMC Markov chain Monte Carlo. A Sarah piano. Koshi. Metropolis, Hastings give sampling. State dependent. Memoryless. So many things, bro. So many things. Focus on one thing. Say nobody ever. Is written using the syntax of a probabilistic programming language. It's used in Julia. It defines a Bayesian linear regression model where the goal is to estimate the relationship between x and y using probabilistic inference. भनिरहेछ चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि the model function linear. So this is the normal distribution mean of 0. Okay. Normal distribution with mean of 0 and standard deviation of 20. Beta is likely centered around 0. Prior for the standard deviation, sigma of the noise of the model. Cauchy distribution. Bayesian linear regression. Alpha plus beta into x. During by MC. Diff view खोल्नु न त diff view. What was the word? Diff view. Open stage this thing too, but let's look at that. Where is it calling this thing? मन बिना को धन ठुलो की धन बिना को मन Jinder Mahal, what you taking the piss for? Okay, let's do this thing. Control C, clear cargo check. Cargo FMT all. Again, defuse the whole barrier, which means everything is staged. Tap the FMT again. I need this put side again. Let's check for diffuse. Open. I think I can stage now, which means git commit m and dv create config, create config for and git amend bro, commit amend. Let me just change. Why do you need that? I think this is done, and this can be just pushed. I don't know what is the proper word for this, but it can be done. Now let's look into why not tuning. What was wrong with tuning? Stan, okay. Uh, OpenCL. This is another bruv. Did the sun just explode? बस bet you that the sun has exploded. Probabilistic building blocks to construct a mall. Probabilistic conjectures about parameters. The prior, the likelihood. Better uncertainty treatment. Oh, what changes when. Yeah, ChatGPT is gonna explain this to me. Man, explain this to me. Why is a Bayesian statistician thinking it hasn't? Okay, rolls to dice. Mr. Data analysis approach based in the Bayes theorem, where available knowledge about the parameters of the statistics model, statistical model, is updated. The information of observed data. Previous knowledge is expressed as a prior distribution and the combined. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Dun, 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 dun. Posterior distribution. So there is this previous knowledge is prior and observed data. So prior observed data is got it. See, we get a posterior. The posterior can be used to make predictions about future events. So ChatGPT, can you explain me? Okay, nice. Sun exploding is so low that even seemingly significant results like getting to sixes isn't enough to shift the belief much. That's beautiful. So what changes from the frequent? What changes from the घटाइदिनु तपाईलाई So what changes from the frequentist statistics? Probabilistic building blocks to construct the model. Wow, 111.
Ask me why my heart's inside my throat. I've never been in love, I've been alone.
I brought beer. I brought pot. Oh, and now I feel stupid. I brought pot. I brought acid. Oh, and now I feel stupid. I brought crystal meth. I brought 10 rounds of chemotherapy. I think we may have gone too far. Now I feel bad for laughing at my dad when he went through. I brought beer. I brought pot. I brought beer. I brought beer. I brought.
मेरे को बिल्कुल पता नहीं था मैं तो समझा था ये फॉरेन कंट्री के बंदे हैं इनको चाय पिलाना चाहिए तो मैंने चाय पिलाया मेरे को अगले दिन जब मैं नागपुर वापस आया अगले दिन पता चला कि डॉली तूने किसको चाय पिलाया मेरे को बिल्कुल पता नहीं था मैं तो समझा था ये
I wish मेरो boyfriend यो प्रडक्टको बारेमा My heart feels heavy and my head ain't My heart feels heavy and my head ain't
अब यो कार वासको लागि हजुरहरूले 3-4 हजार खर्च गरिरहनु पर्छ
No, this is not what I wanted to see. That's the worst part about Facebook, Instagram, and things like that. So, frequentist statistics. If samples we don't observe. Yeah. Determine strength and variance against if there is no effect. There's no effect or no difference in the population. Give me example of null hypothesis, bro. भूख लाग्यो भूख लाग्यो भूख लाग्यो भूख लाग्यो भूख लाग्यो by using such these probabilistic statements. I don't know if he has that thing or not. I need to resort to the real problem things. This is a person. The order doesn't matter. It does. explain this to me? One minus PB, PB is 1 minus PA. Normalization and the probability of all possible events must sum to 1. Discrete हुन्छ अरे कन्टिन्युस हुन सक्छ The planet has a magnetic field. Moons, okay. And where? Yeah. Magnetic field. The distance is between 5 and 3 centimeters. भने पछाडि discrete versus continuous space parameters हेर्यो भने the probability of the B. Delta S, given that you already have a king. King. We have symmetry PAK, PKA. Come on, 7. The numbers don't align, bro. A Catholic person being a pope. A given B. A intersection B. Got it. Probability of being a pope out of P explain this to me. I don't know even second. Hear it out, you know. Joint probability versus conditional probability. Okay, I'm gonna charge my mobile now. And I think it's time I go to sleep. BitVM ports went यार. looks like it's a lot of things. Bias, okay. Proof. Fisher. Fact. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna edit this. One. Go and buy a phone. I should stop streaming.